Hello, welcome back. We're going to continue working with square roots. Do not get confused or scared by this title. It's called Irrational Square Roots. I'm going to explain exactly what that means, and it's very, very simple. So don't let the title of this lesson scare you off. Let's go ahead and try to find the square root of something here, and we'll kind of figure things out as we go. So the square root of 63. It's just a number, just like any of the other problems that we have done. So obviously you can't think of anything in your head that's going to multiply by itself to give you 63. There is no number times itself which will give you 63. So we go and do a factor tree like we've been doing all of this time. So you have to ask yourself, what times what is going to give you 63, right? And the one that comes to mind is 7 times 9. 7 times 9 is 63. So we don't have any kind of pairs. We can't pull anything out. 7 is a prime number. We can write it as 1 times 7. That's not really going to help us. But 9 is not a prime number. We can continue writing this factor tree down, and 9 can be written as 3 times 3. So look at that. We have a pair here, and we can circle this pair. Now, it's very important that we talk a little bit about what's happened here. In all of the previous problems, let me just pause for a second, actually, before we solve this problem. We'll go back and we'll do a little bit of a review. Let's say we have, for instance, let's do 16, something really simple, 16, square root of 16. We can write 16 as 4 times 4, right? And we can circle the pair, and we only pull one of the numbers out, which is 4. But notice that in this factor tree, for the problem, the much simpler problem that we've done in the past, everything at the bottom of the factor tree is circled, so there's nothing left over. We pulled the single 4 out, and that was the answer. And there was nothing else in the factor tree. Everything was circled, so we're done. There's nothing left over. But in this case, when we break it down, the 3 can come out because it's a pair, but the 7 is kind of orphaned. It's kind of left alone. It doesn't have a partner, and there's no way to write it as a multiplication of anything else that's going to help us. So he's just kind of left here. So how do you write down what the answer is to this problem? The 3 comes out of the radical, comes out of the square root, just like it always has, but this 7 is left over. He cannot come out because we haven't done anything with him. He's still under the radical. He's still under the square root. So you write this as 3 times the square root of 7. And this is going to be what you would circle as your final answer. Now, when you write a number in front of a radical, it's just like a number in front of parentheses. It's multiplied. So what you have is the square root of 7 times the number 3. That's it. So whenever you do a factor tree, you pull all the pairs that you can out, right? Anything that's left without a pair, he has to stay underneath the radical symbol. That's it. So the answer to this is 3 times the square root of 7. So if you take 63 and put it in your calculator and take the square root of it, you're going to get a number